Hello, today we are going to interview Professor Lamas, leader of the group of molecular pathophysiology of fibrosis. He develops his research work at the CMBSO in Madrid, Spain. We are talking with him about his participation in the EU-ROS network. So the first question is, since when and why have you been interested in the field of REDOX biology?
Thank you very much. My relation to REDOX biology goes back to the early 1990s because my first interests were in nitric oxide, and I was working in the University of Harvard at the Brigham and Women's Hospital, and we were trying to understand how nitric oxide was being synthesized in endothelial cells. At that time we were working in the renal division and then in the cardiovascular division, and we did a lot of work trying to find which was the enzyme responsible for the synthesis of nitric oxide in endothelial cells, and we came up with the cloning of endothelial nitric oxide synthase. Since then, I started my laboratory in Madrid by the end of 1993, and my work has been related to nitric oxide and to REDOX biology since then. I've always been interested in how mediators such as nitric oxide or hydrogen peroxide can produce signals at the physiological level, and this led me to become interested in several aspects of pathophysiology. In the past few years, we have been working on how shear stress, for example, is important to generate hydrogen peroxide, and that hydrogen peroxide is able to elicit some responses in endothelial cells and in the endothelium in general. But also my laboratory has focused for the past 5 or 6 years in the relationship between reactive oxygen species and the molecular mechanism of fibrosis. It is well known that between the process of fibrosis and oxidative stress, there's an important relationship that has been established, and we want to understand how reactive oxygen species influences the process of fibrosis, specifically in the context of small molecules such as microRNAs.
Okay. What was the reason for joining EU-ROS, and how do you think it has helped your research?
Well, my reason for joining this action was an invitation. The invitation came to the first chair of the action, Dr. Harold Schmidt, and I was invited to participate as a member of the management committee. I had also a very good and rewarding previous experience in another action that already finished, which was the action on gasotransmitters, which was led by the Greek scientist Andreas Papamitropoulos. So I thought it was a great opportunity for the European nations participating in the cost actions to join efforts and to become a member of the management committee and represent Spain to that end. I think that the cost action actually is a very, very important initiative because it allows you to meet very good scientists from the European arena who are working in the same fields, to know their limitations, but also the possibility of cooperating with them to understand which are your limitations and to seek for complementarity in terms of the actions or strategies that can lead to better objective and let's say better achievement of common goals.
Okay, and which have been your main contributions to the EU-ROS network?
Well, I think that the main main contributions has, of course, been the possibility of starting some collaborations with groups in Europe, like there were the collaboration that we started with Dr. Thomas Kitzman, for example, who is currently working in Finland, and also with other Spanish groups that like the group of Dr. Marian Monsalve or the group of Dr. Antonio Cuadrado. But beyond this, I think that I have had the privilege of contributing to the cost action through my relationship with the journal REDOX Biology. As you know, I am an associate editor for this journal REDOX Biology, which started in 2013, and I think it has been a very good vehicle for the establishment of the contributions of many European scientists that belong to the cost actions. And in this context, we already organized one virtual collection that was dedicated to the cost action, and many review articles and original articles came through that were published in REDOX Biology as part of this virtual collection, and I think that was a very good instrument for the visibility of the EU-ROS cost action. Now we are also preparing a final publication that is going to summarize most of the contributions of the people in the cost action, and it is also going to be published in REDOX Biology. So I think that has also allowed me to give a new angle